before we get started, first things first, I want to talk about this is my new Polaris 2019 North Star. Now, I want to tell you that I had a friend of mine that he works for Polaris down in Alabama, and a few years ago when I bought my 2016, and I had to alter it so I could get in there, put hand holds, hand controls, things like that to operate if you're handicapped. So he said, send him a short video on what I actually do in this Polaris. So I did, and I didn't know what was going on, but Bob Pro, he went to their, I guess their board down there and brought this up to them, what I do in this machine, and they knew I had 20,000 miles on my other one. So they actually gave me this one. I was in the house one day and knocked at the door on a Saturday afternoon, and there's Bob in the driveway with a trailer and in this machine. Now, I had no idea what was going on, but anyway, we unloaded it, and he said, hey, it's yours. So anyway, thanks to Polaris, and I appreciate it. It's a good machine, and local dealer here, A&A, always took care of whatever I needed in the other one. They would come pick it up and give it back to me right away because they knew I was hunting and trapping in it, and I needed it to get over to the shop to help the guys in the slaughterhouse. So they were pretty good about fixing it right away and bringing it back if I needed anything. Of course, 20,000 miles, you're going to need some things, you know. So, but it's been a good machine, but here's a new one. So I'll be riding this one a little bit also. Okay, again, thanks to Bob Pro and Polaris. I really appreciate it. Okay, guys, this is the opening week of trapping season. We had an issue this week, and I'm going to talk to you about it, and maybe it'll save you the trouble. Anyway, we had a coyote that we was caught by the hind foot, and it was in a brand new modified number 3 bridger. I mean, the trap wasn't too small. Anyhow, by the hind foot, it's hard to hold him. We got about 300 yards, loaded the gun, got to 100. He made one more bounce, and out of the trap he come. But there's a reason he was caught by the hind foot, and I thought about it for a couple days. You'll see in this video, I actually got a gray fox. It's also caught by the hind foot. And that compass set that we use, for 5 years now, I've never caught an animal by the hind foot in that compass set. They're always front foot catches. So I thought a little bit about it, and I come up with the answer actually. About the first 10 sets we made, we used some lure from the previous year, and I think we didn't have it sealed up good, and I think it got rotten on us, and they were using that set as a toilet instead of actually digging at it, and that's how we were catching by the hind foot, because we switched to new lure. And the next coyote you'll see was caught by a front foot, and a red fox was also caught by a front foot. That kind of eliminated the hind foot catches. So seal your lure bottles up. I didn't think about it last year, but you know, dip them while you're waxing something. Dip them in a little bit of wax, seal the air out from. If you have any glycerin, you can stabilize them a little bit better. Usually commercial lure is stabilized, but for some reason it just evidently went bad. So anyway, think about that next year if you keeping your lure from one year to the next. I've always done it, never had an issue, but we had an issue this year. So if I can save you the trouble, just keep an eye on it. Okay, we got some catches coming up for you, and we'll be going to Missouri deer hunting, so we're going to take a couple weeks off and hunt deer for a little bit, then we'll come back. All right, folks, see you now. Here's a release from a cable restraint, totally unharmed. Go ahead, Bill, set them down. Let's see if we can take off. He's sitting there a little bit scared. There he goes. All right, there's a gray fox there. That's the first one here this year. All right, we're gonna get him out and remake it. Here's our first muddy coyote for the year. All right, Bill. Okay, get him out of here. Oh, all right, there's the second one of the year. We had to shoot it because we had one jump out on the way to filming, so we didn't worry about filming this one. All right, okay, there's a Red Fox, just the intersection of Gaswell roads. And that compass set. Alright, we'll get them out here and remake this. We still got something to check. Here's a big coon. Alright, we'll move on. Okay, alright, here's a gray fox. That sit there for a good while, nothing really bothered it. Okay. There's a dog looking at us. Chest bill. Hit him in the chest. I don't know. He acts like he ain't bothered.
I heard it hit him.
That's a nice guy. Okay.